In the regular season, I guess that's not a huge surprise. Numbers for stars often go down.
For Philadelphia, that's not always the case. You look at the number of games he's played in the past 3 seasons, it's gotten better. Still not up to MVP snuff, if you ask me.
Now, what about MB's improvement? I mean, he doesn't seem to be playing enough games. When he's in, he's effective and efficient, but he seems to be hurt a lot.
Well, look, he's had injury issues since he came into the league, Ro, and that has dogged him throughout the course of his career. Still battling it now, going into the first round of the playoffs, and we don't know for sure if he's available or not. But when he does play, when he's engaged and when he's locked in, he is absolutely the most physically unstoppable force in the league right now, outside of Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Been impressive to see him all season. He put up double-doubles left and right, approaching 60 in the regular season. The numbers were off the charts, and, of course, we all know that he trolls on a regular basis on social media. Great follow, just in case you're not following. But then there is Russell Westbrook. He took home the MVP trophy back in the 2016-2017 season. The first player to average a triple-double in 3 decades, has done that ever since in the past 3 seasons, which is crazy. Think about that for a second. While leading his team to the playoffs each year. But some say he might not even be the best player on his team.
Yes, and I agree, and I think it's not about being the best player on the team, it's about having the best season. And Russ, let's be honest, he struggled to start up the worst high-volume, deep shooter in the league right now, you know, and that's one of those things about his game that has to get corrected. But when you look at the triple-doubles, 3 straight seasons, bro, you talk to former players, and they will tell you, unbelievable for a guy to be able to go out and play in this fashion year after year.
No doubt about it. You see the stats on the screen, they're just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I don't feel like he's appreciated enough, but I mean, because nobody had done what he's accomplished in the past 3 decades since the Big O did it back in the day.
Yeah, and listen, let's be honest. With the way the game is played these days, the usage rate some of the players around the league have, we've seen an uptick in triple-doubles all over the league. Not just Russ, but he's taking it to that next level, doing it night after night, averaging a triple-double for 3 straight seasons. Stunning accomplishment for anybody to do in this league.
Now, he's built like Karl Malone. His idol is Michael Jordan. King James won his last MVP at the age of 28 when he was balling with the Heat. You know, the oldest player to win an MVP was Karl Malone, who I mentioned. MJ won at age 34. At 34, LeBron has put up some of the best numbers of his career. However, he is not in the top 10 for the first time in a long time. Why is he not worthy to raise this trophy this season?
It's context, bro. You know, the MVP trophy is handed out to the guy who not only has the most spectacular season, but also within the context of lifting his team up to another level. We all know what's going on in L.A. right now. The Lakers,
it's crazy.
Turmoil, trying to figure out how to, get off the mat after a disastrous first season with LeBron in tow. The injury, of course, made a huge difference. The time LeBron missed, he goes down. They're 4th in the West. He comes back. They're trying to fight their way back into the playoff mix all season long. Doesn't happen. You don't blame LeBron for that. You do respect the fact that he put up LeBron-like numbers this year. But the context is what cost him this time around.
The context is oh so important right now. He doesn't go to the playoffs for the first time since the 05-06 season. The Lakers haven't gone the last 6. It'll be interesting to see what happens going forward. Put you on the spot right now. He turns 35. Is there a chance that he re-enters the MVP ladder and maybe hoists the trophy next season?
It would be a real story for him to do that. It would be a turnaround story. I don't know that LeBron is going to have a chance to win another one. But, hey, they got more important issues in L.A. They got to get back to the playoffs first.
No doubt about it. We got 3 through 5 coming at you next. So don't go anywhere. One guy is the leader for Defensive Player of the Year. One player is the facilitator of the offense at the center position, and the other is the best shooter of all time. But are they worthy to hoist the trophy? Coming back, we got the ladder.
31st. Oh my God. Godzilla. Rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX May 31st.
Chase Elliott likes his Mountain Dew free and his pizza fast. Little Caesar's Pizza Portal fast.
Chase Elliott! No way!
You free 2-liter, Mr. Elliott?
Free 2-liter? No way!
Get a free 2-liter with any pizza purchase in our mobile app.
Pizza. Yo, check this out. Get up, you're embarrassing us.
Welcome to the block party.
That's cold. Mountain Dew Ice, the clear, refreshing lemon lime dew.
Tonight, you landed enough Wyndham Rewards points to land in that oh-so-alluring place in your screensaver.
See you soon, Hammock.
Jealous. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you triumph.
If only there was a place nearby you could get one of these. Or these. Good thing they're sold literally everywhere business is done. I'm pretty sure you could buy them at a bank. Not sorry, Reese's.
The powerful backing of American Express. Don't live life without it.
Every time a vacation day interrupts a workday, a Corona gets its line. Every time your favorite getaway is a block away. Every time you find some friends and get lost. Every time a night takes you away, and every time the last thing you want to do is leave, a Corona gets its line.
Your friend orders a Friday sirloin steak and big ribs. You one up him with the steak, but add a steak. Figuring steak and steak trumps ribs and steak. But does it?
15 combinations. Steak, ribs, shrimp, and more. 2 meats, 2 sides, $14.99.
That's right. No matter where you are, the NBA app allows you to get playoff scores, standings, and alerts to let you know a game is coming down to the wire. Download the NBA app and set off the NBA playoffs the right way.
Now, welcome back. Some hot takes are good, while others are just flat out better. Former Kia MVP winner, now the retired baller, Dirk Diggler, weighs in on the MVP debate. Take it away, Dirk.
The scoring run that James Harden has had this year is I don't think we've ever seen it. I mean, a guy averaging, 37 a game. He's had multiple 50, 60-point games. Incredible individual performances. But then, Giannis, I think, deserves it. They've had an unbelievable year. I think they got the best record overall. He plays an amazing all-around game, whether it's defense, rebounding, blocking shots, offense, getting everybody involved. And so of course those are my top two. If I just by record, I'd give it to Giannis this year.
Wow, it appears that Dirk and Sekou are maybe on the same page. The Greek freak and the beard head and shoulders above the rest at the top of the MVP ladder. But let's take a look at the ballers right underneath. Spots 3 through 5, starting with the Joker, Nikola Jokic. We haven't seen a big man pass like him since Wilt. Became an all-star this season. He led the Nuggets to 54 wins, the 2 seed in the West, and knocked down some big clutch shots in key moments. And a trip to the playoffs for the first time since 2013. Where does the Joker fall?
Well, look, I think he's right where he should be, Ro, in terms of this is a guy who's on the come up, a guy who's in this conversation really for the first time in his career. And shout out to Dirk. Been retired for 5 minutes, already trying to take my job, putting together the key race to the MVP line. But Jokic's performance, and we talked about context earlier with LeBron. This is another guy, you put it in the context of what he's done to lift the Nuggets up, and it's unbelievable for a big man to be as skilled and versatile as he is, and to do it in a context where that team is nowhere near the top of the standings in the Western Conference without Jokic.
You saw the graphic right there, most triple-doubles by a center, how he's able to facilitate and do things offensively, again, that we haven't been able to see in years. So, I mean, there's no question that he's going to be a candidate in the future. How high is his ceiling? Does he hoist this trophy one day?
Listen, I think he very well could. We're talking best big man in the league ceiling is what he has, because you have to be as skilled and accomplished as he is already at a young age. You got to be healthy, and you got to be able to go out there and perform year after year. He's a guy that you look at him in terms of the long-term profile of what he could become is really remarkable. He's not even in great shape right now. He's doing this on talent and guts right now.
Talent and guts. He also passed Michael Jordan for the most triple-doubles in a career. Now, the only unanimous MVP in the history of the NBA, Let that sink in for a minute. We're talking about Steph. He has 2 of those coveted trophies, and you can make the argument that this season was better than either of those seasons where he was previously named the MVP. This comparison is crazy. The numbers are off the charts.
Steph is right now a victim, I think, of what LeBron has been a victim of for years. His own unbelievably high standard. Steph shocked us winning those back-to-back year MVPs, Ro. And then we stuck him on that pedestal, and now we expect for him to top it year after year. When he doesn't, you have this image in your head that, well, Steph's not playing as well, or Steph is kind of taking a step back, or there's some slippage in his game. He's still playing at an unbelievable level. He's a victim of Stephness. He has spoiled us with Stephness, and now he's fallen victim to his own ridiculously high standard.
You mentioned the word victim. Is he a victim now also because he has KD on his team and maybe KD takes some votes away?
No question. Not just takes votes away, but he also gives you an out if you're on the other side of this debate about Steph. Because not everybody was certain and convinced that Steph should have won those back-to-back year MVPs. If he's got this kind of help with him, the guy who's the 2-time reigning Finals MVP, how could he possibly be the MVP of the league? He's got too much help, right? He's got Clay over here who can go off at any moment. They add Boogie Cousins. Steph is getting knocked by some people, I believe, because of the team.
We're talking about PG-13. He inked a 1-year, $137 million extension with OKC, and he responded admirably this season. Career highs in points, rebounds, steals, deflections, points off turnovers. Now, he continued to rise like Herb Albert, peaking in January and February, hypnotizing us with Biggie-like game winners. But that shoulder injury late in February affected his numbers, and he started to slip just a little bit.
Well, I mean, his shooting numbers dipped a little bit, and the Thunder struggled overall, after the All-Star break. So I think there was some of that kind of dinged Paul George's performance. But if you look at it from start to finish, Ro, and what a big shot he makes, on Tuesday night to help the Thunder basically rearrange the playoff order, beating Houston with that three-pointer in the corner. You can't knock Paul George for really being a victim of his own success early on. He was in that conversation earlier. It was Paul George, it was Giannis, it was James Harden, all of these different names that were floating around. It was a 3-man race at one point, and Paul George took a little bit of a slip from that top pack.
Well, Noah, he didn't take a slip when it comes to the defensive conversation. We know Kawhi's up there, but it seems, and I don't want to offend any of the Kawhi fans, but he's almost surpassed Kawhi, at least this season, as far as being the front runner for being the defensive player of the year.
That could be the case. He's certainly one of the top 3 perimeter defenders in this league. And talking about a guy who can go out and lock up anybody, other elite players, and get the scoring on the other end. I think we forget. Paul George is the second leading scorer in the league this season behind James Harden. That is something that when you talk about a guy playing on both ends of the floor, being able to score at that clip and then defend at his level, that's, to me, what vaults him into that top 3 this year.
That's the top 3. Now, the undercard portion is complete. The moment has come for the heavyweights to square off. It's time to step in the arena. The Beard, the Greek Freak. Who will take the title for world supremacy? You are watching the race to the 2019 Kia MVP on NBA TV.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the very latest edition of Open Court What If?
I'm going to always go with what if LeBron would stay.
So what if I had gone to New York, I'd been a miserable human being, I think I did.
As I think of Allen Iverson, I think of Charles. I think the narrative would have been a lot different with Charles if he were able to win that championship.
If Shaq doesn't leave Orlando and Penny Hardaway doesn't get hurt, I don't know if Chicago happens.
Don't miss Open Court, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on NBA TV.
Lowe's knows you'll do the season right. We do it right, too, with summer savings on 4 for $10 Bonnie's Veggies and Herbs. Also pick up a 2-pack of Kingsford Charcoal for $12.88. Don't miss out on these great deals at Lowe's. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
The only thing we love more than slinging
is showing folks how easy it is.
Explore all the possibilities.
Your first time slinging is always so special.
I cried my first time.
Get live TV, only $15 your first month at slingtv.com.
Rings, gold medals, stuff you put on a shelf behind glass. For us, it's more about what you take off the shelf. Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey, a sweet crossover from America's whiskey dynasty.
The all-new Men in Black virtual reality game is now at Dave & Buster's.
Let's do this.
out-of-this-world action and alien adventures around the globe. Men in Black Galactic Getaway, only at Dave & Buster's.
It's gonna be fun. We'll have fun with it.
Men in Black International coming this summer.
Who in life means the most to you? How do you protect her, or him, or them? With Haven Life, you get term life insurance that's actually simple. Our process is online. Our policy is backed by Mass Mutual, an industry leader. And our rate? Well, frankly, it's probably more affordable than you think.
Ready for peace of mind? Text us now and get your real rate.
The Mirror is a window to a fitness experience the world has never seen before. No matter who you are or where you are, The Mirror lets you work out with world-class trainers in live or on-demand classes. Measure your progress. Work out with friends. And when you're done, show off your achievements.
Amazing job today, guys.
No wait lists, no crowded parking lots. Just your home, The Mirror, and you.
To Magic Johnson.
Michael Jordan.
Charles Barkley, most valuable player. Congratulations.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Kevin Garnett. Steve Nash.
David Stern gives the trophy to Kobe Bryant.
LeBron James, Kia, most valuable player.
This year's MVP, Steph Curry.
James Harden, Houston Rockets.
The last 5 guys go back-to-back Kia MVPs. You see him on your screen now. If Harden finishes, he will be the 12th player in NBA history to achieve that remarkable feat. Let's take a look back at the bag of tricks that got the Beard his first MVP.
He's an assassin. Cold-blooded. James Harden. Oh, my goodness. James Harden. The most riveting, compelling athlete in all of professional sports. The more we look at the numbers that James Harden is putting together, the more we are in awe.
Harden is putting on a one-on-one clinic.
What does it take to guard him? That's a great question that I do not know the answer to.
To guard James Harden, it takes a whole team.
He fell down.
Whether it's step back threes or get into the rim, you just got to try and make things difficult on him.
It's hard, I'm telling you. I bet with my friend that he will not score more than 6 points on me, but he scored like 35, something like that.
He's doing things we have not seen in the NBA in generations.
The skill level of James Harden is just off the charts.
This guy is on fire.
The guard Harden, I'm going to say it's almost impossible. He has every move in his moveset.
I know what it's like to put the scouting report together when I was with the Sacramento Kings, and you spend endless hours trying to minimize his greatness.
You're not going to technically stop him. You're not. He's going to get his. Anticipating that step back, it's tough, mentally.
He makes the game easier for himself because you're just worried about not doing this and not doing that. So where he kind of takes the aggressiveness away from the defender.
He's got him in a trance.
The key is try to foul him as little as possible.
Hypnotizes the defensive player. Like the cover.
And hope that he misses step back threes.
The step back three is an iconic shot for James Harden. It's just like Kareem's sky hook, Akeem Olajuwon's dream shake. It's unguardable.
If I could take a move from any NBA player, it would be James Harden's step back.
James' step back, can't stop it.
James Harden is changing the game. James Harden, the most electrifying scorer in the NBA, going all the way back to Wilt Chamberlain in 1964. Coaches, players,